What up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. It's your guy. Something. Hit the keys here today with Absynth 6. So I know a lot of you guys heard the rumors and everything that came out over the weekends where it kind of got leaked that it was going to come out. Well, guess what? It's here now, baby. So let's go ahead and take a look here at this thing. So I brought you guys here to the website first. I don't know if this is going to be the price, the 179 euros, because this is just the product page that they sent me. So what they say is that it's weird by design. Absynth 6 marks the return of a legendary semi-modular synthesizer built for textures that transform and breathe, and it invites you to shape sounds that are entirely your own. So they have revamped the interface, as you guys can see. We'll go over more of that here in a little bit. They have added this right here where you can basically find similar sounds. So we've seen stuff like this in XO where bam, you get a sound and all the sounds around it are probably going to sound similar too, and it helps you find a sound. We'll go through that. You can go behind the ADSR and they have a lot of different custom envelopes and stuff that you can mess with, different oscillator amps and just a bunch of different stuff that you can mess with. That's pretty cool. You can mutate your sounds. So obviously we're loving the mutation feature that we've been getting a lot lately. So you can take a preset and then you can just randomize it or mutate that preset and it'll change that sound for you. Very nice feature. They say textural alchemy. So basically you're going to get these effects. You're going to get this aetherizer, this multi-comb, resonators, pipe, echoes, and multi-tap. So you're not getting the typical effects on this, which is fine. But these effects do make these sounds really stand out. And then it's got 3 different oscillators. It's got a sample editor, and then it's got over 2,000 presets. You can't beat that. And you can make the sound surround you with this stereo feature. So let's go ahead, hop into FL Studio. All right, now that we're in FL Studio, let's go ahead and pull Absynth up. This is what it's going to look like in all its glory. It's pretty fire. As you see here, it's got different engines or different oscillator types you can go through. On this one, I used the granular engine and I actually dropped in a one shot. So it gave it a little cool sound. We'll go through more of that here in a minute. Let's go ahead and play the little sample beat. It's not all the way mixed down. This high glaring noise is what I made out of that bellish. This ain't the greatest beat I ever made, but I was just kind of playing around. This is what we got. All right, guys, so that's the little demo beat I put together today. As you see here, I used Absynth for everything on this beat. So Absynth does have kicks, it does have snares, and it has hi-hats in it too. I'll kind of go through real quick the sounds I used. So this was the first sound that I used. So just a little bit of background noise there. I did want to throw like an EQ filter on there and take off some of that high end, but every time I do a review, I firmly do never put third-party VSTs on an instrument because I just want you guys to hear the instrument. So I would have filtered that though. And then this was the second sound I used. It was just a piano. And then the third sound I used was these horns right here. Would have used different horns, but I just grabbed the horns that were in here. All right, and then the bass that I used. And then along with the kick, I'll just play the kick, the hi-hat, and the snares all together. And these were the drums. All right, so that's what we got there. Let's go ahead and open up Absynth and check this thing out a little bit more. All right, so now as we see, I have Absynth open. This was the patch that I actually made. So let's go ahead and shut this down, I took this bellish sound All right, so that sound right here is this right here, this bellish sound. That's what I use for this. Let's go ahead, hop back over here and see what we did. So then once we did that, we just added some more sounds. And then we open up this one too. So it's pretty cool. As you're looking at Absynth, you're going to have different menus. So bam, as you see here, you're going to have this menu right here. So you can go through all of the different instruments, whether it's drums, flute, brass, whatever. So we'll just pick a flute. And it tells us the other flutes. When I tell y'all this thing has some fire sounds, it has some fire presets in here for sure. I'm not even on no cap. The next menu up here would be your patch. So let's just find a different preset. Let's just find one at random. So I guess we got to get out of flutes. All right, let's just pick something at random. All right, so now we have this sound. And like I was telling you, you can come over here. Over here. Same over here. It does have some pretty good sounds in here. As I pick the crash next. All right, so now I come over here to patch. And with patch, you can, you know what I'm saying, do a whole lot. So you have different filters over here that you can mess with. You got ring modulation, a wave shaper. Hey, that wave shaper kind of doing his thing though. You got different kinds of ladder, you know what I'm saying, high pass, low pass, band pass. Obviously, you can hop over here and then you can grab another filter to put on top of that. You're gonna have different controls, so you can come over here to your mix, and then you have your mix output right here. Over here, you'll see that you have another oscillator, and then with all the oscillators, you get single, double, FM, ring modulation, fractalized oscillators, synth grain, and the sample engine and the granular engine is how you're gonna be able to add a sound in. So like, let's say I open this up and I was like, hey, let me get a sample engine, and then I need to add a sample. It's going to take you over here, and then you can grab a one shot that you have. And so now that flute's going through this super comb, this ladder notch, and then it's going through these resonators too as well. Now we can turn all these back on. All right, and then underneath that you have effects. So you have different effects you can mess with, like the aetherizer. This is pretty cool. So do you hear how the surround sound's surrounding your ears right now a little bit? Spread it a little more. All right, so you see how when I turn the spread down, it's concentrating it more in one side than the other? But if I turn the spread up, it's going to be spread throughout. So all these different pieces of the granular synthesis is going to hit you at different times. And so then you got more controls down here, like of the actual grains. The jitter and the control and all that stuff. You got the multi-comb over here. So obviously it's a multi-comb filter. You got resonators over here that you can mess with. You've got this pipe right here you can mess with. And then you've got echoes and multi-tap. So let's go ahead and find us another preset real quick. So blow, D&B junkie. Fire preset. All right, so now we have more features that we can mess with. Like we can come under here and we can mess with our envelopes. Really easy to mess with the envelopes too. You can just click on it. So let's see, let's add another node here. So you see how it amped up there at the end? You have the same with the other oscillators you can mess with too. So let's go ahead and drop one here. Make this come down. But you got other stuff that you can mess with too. So, you know, you have this, the oscillator start point. I can't speak. You know, just different stuff like that. Effect, feedback, effect, balance, wet. But you can mess with all this up in here too. So boom, let's go ahead and so yeah, you got some cool stuff that you can do over here with your oscillators. You have your LFO control over here. So blow, as you see here, you have a bunch of different LFO controls that you can mess with. So boom, we can come down here and we have all different kind of waveforms that we can mess with. We got morphing waveforms we can mess with. And then you can assign these wherever you want to assign them. So obviously, you know, you can assign them to resonator time. You guys can probably barely hear that. And then you have a sign over here too. So you got a whole bunch of different stuff that you can do in this. But what I want to do is I'm going to come back here and I just want to go through some of the sounds for you guys so that you guys can hear some of these sounds and see what they kind of sound like. So let's go ahead and start right off with a piano. I know I love me a piano. So bam. Right. So I can come over here and hit this mutate button. Maybe I cannot come over here and hit the mutate button because, oh yeah, I can. So you see how it changed everything? We can do it again. So let's go ahead and go through some of these presets so you guys can hear kind of what some of these presets sound like. So we'll just go ahead and start right off with the bass. Oh yeah, you can look at this like this too. So you can come over here to Audition, and then, or I'm sorry, you got to click Preset Explorer, but if you click it once, it'll take you back and forth between what you need. But as you look at it on this screen, I don't know if you guys can see at the bottom of the screen, it says mutation amount. So you can pick how much you want to mutate the sound. And then you can make it super random or less random if you want to. Mutate. That definitely mutated that a lot. Some more basses for you guys. So as you guys can see there, I guess I forgot this, but you've got different controls over waveform, spectrum, and morph here too. So let's keep it moving. All right, so let's check out some of these bowed strings. Check out some of these brasses. All right, let's see some of these synth leads real quick. Toad Studio. I kind of like that lead. Good sounds here. Give me 5. I got 5 on it. Yeah, let me go ahead and say that one. All right, see what else we got in here real quick. We'll listen to just a few more sounds real quick. We'll listen to this synth miscellaneous. All right, let's see what else we got up here. Let's grab one more preset real quick. I mean, that's what I got for y'all today. This is kind of more of a first look than a full review. But this thing is pretty solid. If you liked Absynth 5, I'm pretty sure you're probably gonna like Absynth 6. I've never used any of the Absynths before this, so this is still kind of like a learning curve for me. But the functionality that you get on the synthesizer is fire. I kind of see why people used to like Absynth. Make sure if you guys do like this content though, you drop a whole elbow on that like button, hit subscribe and that notification bell so every time we bring you guys a new video, you could be the first to see. Appreciate you guys' time as always, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace. I was fighting back a burp that whole entire outro, but I'll holler at y'all.
Some, hit the key.